it's your turn to...
Oh, is it for me?
Consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT.
And I'm Drew.
And we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired.
Heyo. Heyo. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome back. We're all another week without COVID, which is great.
Say for yourself. I miss not being able to smell or taste crap.
Yeah, I still can't smell or taste crap, or anything for that matter.
Everything came back so sudden.
Although, I will say, so I was cooking chicken tonight. I was trying to meal prep. And I had seasoned the crap out of it. I used like the, Nature Seasoning blend.
Yeah.
I put some steak seasoning and then some cayenne pepper, give it a little spice.
You put steak seasoning on chicken?
Dude, I just season it with everything.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I didn't put on it was like onion powder and garlic because that's in the Nature Seasoning.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I love the spicy. Now, I've overspiced before and felt it kind of affecting my throat and making it close up. But the flavor is still so good. But what I did was I had spiced it so much, and I don't have a vent fan over my stove or anything like that.
Right, yeah.
So the smoke or steam or what have you when you're cooking just kind of collects in the kitchen and then makes its way throughout the house. Mm-hmm. Well, I start coughing. I can't figure out why. I can't smell or taste anything. Yeah. I guess I used a lot of cayenne pepper. So, I thought I was going to throw up from coughing so much, but there was nothing to throw up. So after the first 8 chicken breasts, I stopped seasoning. I was like, okay, no more. These will be naked. And things got better. And things got better also when I decided, or I guess not decided, but put the puzzle pieces together and said, oh, hey, I could put a lid on this pan.
Hey, you know what? I'm not a chef myself and probably would have done the exact same thing, so I really have nothing to say.
Yeah. But here's to tomorrow and eating the chicken and seeing what it tastes like.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, don't bring it into my office and warm it up.
The first few that I made were, I'm going to call them seasoned blackened chicken.
Seasoned blackened chicken. You know who would like that? You remember cameraman Steve?
Yeah, I remember Steve.
Yeah, man. That dude,
he's always eating spicy stuff.
Drinking salsa. So
the blackened is not from the traditional pepper.
It's because you burn
it. One side is black, like it's just black.
I can't wait to see it, but I have a feeling you're gonna keep that for dinner. That's a good topic. Meal prepping.
Yeah, that's a good topic for people to do it.
Maybe you can go into detail. I'll go into detail real quick. 1, I don't do it. 2, I would love to know how to do it. And 3, I kind of get a little leery. Like, by Friday, is this stuff even good anymore? Even if you freeze it.
That's what the microwave is for.
No. I mean, like when I cook stuff, I don't keep stuff in my fridge more than 3 days that I'm comfortable with. So if I cook it on Wednesday, then by Friday, I'm okay. I'm comfortable with it. Right. But if I cook it on Monday, Friday, I'm going to sit there and, it's like a toss-up for me. Is this stuff going to come out quick in a hurry and I better be next to a toilet or?
Yeah, so I like to live dangerously.
Do you, when you meal prep, do you keep everything in the fridge and just put Monday, Tuesday, whatever? And then
No. I just
or do you freeze
throw it in there? A little bit of both. So tonight, I made so much that I kept in the fridge what I'm going to have for this week and froze the rest of it.
Okay.
I mean, we live and learn. I think part of what's hard for me is my color blindness. It really doesn't help when I'm cooking chicken or beef or anything like that, because sometimes I can't tell. Is it done? Is it raw? I don't know. And there were a couple times that I tried to make hot wings.
Oh, yeah.
And I just put them in the oven to bake them because that made sense. And I covered them with Frank's hot sauce and whatnot. And
Okay.
I got sick after that one.
Oh, I could imagine.
I don't think I cooked the chicken all the way.
I say things like that. I'm, again, not a chef. But I'm trying. I'm trying to cook, not go out as much and cook more and try to bring some stuff to work, which hasn't happened in a long time.
You want me to bring you some chicken?
God, no, please don't.
I've got some regular ones, naked ones. There's no guarantee that they're not pink in the middle, but I'm like 92% sure.
Yeah. Nah, I'm all right, but I appreciate that.
Just eat the outside.
No, the outside's cooked. Or eat the black part.
Yeah, just eat the black part. We know that's cooked.
It's got all the flavor back there.
Yeah, extra flavor.
Yeah. No, I'm looking into meal prepping and getting ready and stuff, but one thing at a time. It took me 5 years from wanting to do something as far as like I would like to make my own soaps. And finally Amazon got Lye back in stock, or at least the particular one I was looking at. And so that's coming in on Thursday.
Oh, so you got it.
I did, yeah. It's
Awesome.
I think it's like 3 2-pound containers of Lye, because I plan on doing an industrial version of soap making. And
You
my
could
head.
probably bury a lot of bodies with that.
I probably could.
Or am I thinking lime?
Lime.
Lime.
I don't know. Maybe you're thinking lime.
I don't remember.
But if I...
So, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say if I put the bodies in the ground and then made sure that they had a bunch of water on them and then threw the lye in there. I mean, it's kind of like a heat thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Chemical reaction.
Oh, there's Luna. So do you plan on making like decorative soaps or like scented ones or like healthy soaps? Like this has got oatmeal and aloe vera and I don't know.
Eventually, like down the line, which is why I bought so much lye. But I think the first couple of batches, because nothing ever comes out the same when you're cooking it or doing it your own.
Sure, you're trying to figure out your recipe.
Yeah, trying to figure everything out. I think the first one I'm going to do is just going to be a simple one. Something that's good for sensitive skin. Isn't going to like hurt anybody, because I personally love homemade soaps. But every one that I've ever had just really dries my skin out.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to see if I can...
Irish Spring soap.
I love Irish Spring. It's so cheap.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good soap for a deployment, man. It can help get sand out after a good dust storm.
You'll have do you have a name for your soaps? Or maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah, that's way before.
I thought of your slogan already.
What is it?
It's strong enough for a woman, but made for JT.
Got him.
I'd buy it and gift it to you for Christmas.
Yeah, I've looked on like different YouTube pages or a couple of websites or whatnot, and there are some people out there that say, hey, if you screw up on your soap that you've made, you can always grate it down into like little bitty pieces and you can use it into your laundry. Well, I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you kind of got to be careful with the detergents because, like you said, your skin can still have a reaction. And
Right. And your soap bars are going to have oils in them. So I wouldn't want my clothes to have oils in them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know a lot about this stuff, but the more research, more time, more stuff that you do, you get a lot more knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I'll let you know when the first batch is done, and if you want one, I'll give you a bar and.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Oh my goodness, man.
Definitely. So, we had talked about something kind of interesting at work today, or at least kind of scratching the surface.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was. So maybe you would like to start it off.
You are poking the bear there, young man. Listen here. We were talking about weather.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about weather.
And
whether or not to talk. Wait, that's the wrong. I pushed the wrong button there.
All right.
So weather.
But no, my question was earlier today, what is your means of finding out the weather? Finding out how do you need to prepare for the day? Do you even do that? Because sometimes, and I know this from personal experience, I know I'll be like, hey man, it's like 30 or 40% chance of rain today. And you're like, oh, it is. And then you'll look it up on your phone and say, well, my phone doesn't say that. I'm like,
yeah.
And I'll like, okay, well, time will tell. And
then I'm right.
60% of the time I'm right.
Well, 40% of the time I'm 100% right.
I'm glad you got that reference.
So back to the weather.
I was just about to say that. How can you bring Brandon into this? Let's go, Brandon.
Hey, well, let's go. So I typically, if I'm just taking like a quick glance, I'll sorry, Luna. Oh, she slipped. If I'm just taking like a quick glance, I'll look at my phone or I'll ask, the app or whatever. And it'll give me the basic information. But there's also an option to go to the weather channel from this app. Mm-hmm. And then it'll give you like the radar, or it'll give you satellite, whatever it is that you want to see from the weather channel. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, I'll listen to the NOAA report on the CB radio, like if I'm driving to work or from work or what have you, like today after work. I pulled it up just to see what was it forecasting for the next couple days, because I've been hearing about bad weather and whatnot and cold weather.
Oh, where did you hear that from?
In the staff meeting. You think they can hear me smiling?
It was a long, dramatic pause. It'll probably get edited out, but that was a long, dramatic pause. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, after work when I was listening, NOAA was talking about I guess what had caught my attention was it was talking about Friday having a low in the 40s, and I was like, wait, what? Yeah. And then I looked at it on my phone, and I was, looking at the different days, and being in Texas, growing up in Texas and everything, the weather is very unpredictable. At least that's my experience. Whether we're in the Metroplex or we're not, it doesn't matter. Anywhere that I have lived in the state or traveled, visited, whatever, it's been
weird,
unpredictable. Yeah. I remember when I left for Hawaii for my assignment, that day, it was like, it was in February of 2014, I think. But it was 70-something during the day, maybe 80.
Yeah.
When I got out there, I called back to family to check in, let them know, hey, I made it, and blah, blah, blah. the weather was 20 degrees for them. I was like, holy moly.
Yeah, it just changed like that.
Yeah, and what I was looking at for, toward the end of this week and next is, it's talking about, highs in the 70s to 80s and then lows in the 40s, and then it gets the highs get progressively lower, but it's just, we're going, the 2 seasons that Texas has, we're either hot or we're cold.
Oh, yeah.
And we're making that transition, I think.
It's it's getting into the weird part, and I can tell everybody what so I absolutely love the weather. Doesn't matter where. To me, weather is just interesting. Hang on.
If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
I'm trying, but it keeps blowing me off. Yeah. So and that's typical here in fall, about 80s, anywhere between.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my best, man. Anywhere between 15 Celsius to about 32 Celsius difference. So anywhere between 60 to about 90 degrees for us. Hey, man, I'm trying to get everybody involved, right? But anyways, no, so we got on the subject of weather, and we kind of cut it off because I was like, hey, what's your, like, how do you get weather? How do you get your source of weather? And you had mentioned the Weather Channel. Well, Weather Channel is a good source. However, everyone, doesn't matter who they are, everyone, the newscasts here locally, nationally, everyone gets their weather source from NOAA. NOAA. Don't ask me what it stands for because I'm not going to tell you. Look it up. So, they get all their predictions and all their everything from NOAA. And NOAA is pretty good as far as short-term weather predictions. However, I don't know about you, but my family, and I've got it right here, my family, I say my family, not my immediate, not my parents, but like my grandparents, my great-grandparents, were always superstitious. And I always saw, and I'm going to show you, but I'll talk about it here in just a minute, but I always saw this book in their house. Not this particular year, but you could walk around any of your grandparents' or great-grandparents' house or whatever, and you'd see this book. And what this book is that I'm showing Drew here, is the Old Farmer's Almanac. And so last year, well, no, actually that'd be this year, 2021, Texas had just a nasty weather outbreak. And
snowpocalypse.
Snowpocalypse, Snowmageddon, whatever you want to call it. However, in other parts of the country, a lot of people would have said, well, that actually wasn't that bad. That actually, it got cold, didn't get a lot of snow, but it got cold. However, here in Texas, we're not used to that. Nobody is. And I've been through, like, bad weather. I was up in Alaska for 3.5 years. The coldest I ever dealt with was negative 36 Fahrenheit. I'm not doing the math on that one. Which was, if you stayed outside, if you walked outside, because I smoked then, your eyeballs would freeze, and that was just a brand new sensation for me, being a younger man from Texas, where it's like, oh, it's 120, and I drive a vehicle with no air conditioning and no power steering, and everything's metal in here.
Yeah.
So, but what really intrigued me was there was a video that was posted out. There was a guy who had a Farmer's Almanac, and he would read it as the weather was getting bad. The Farmer Almanac predicted it. And I was like, that's a little weird, a little suspicious. And I don't know about you, but all this year you would hear something pop up. And in my head, I'm like, God, these people are nuts. But if you think about it, bad weather usually happens here in Texas twice to maybe 3 times in a row, usually. So if it gets bad one year, it's gonna get bad the next year, and it may possibly get bad that third year. That's a toss-up. So since last year was bad, and that was the first year, then this year's gonna be bad. And so I'm like, well, let me pick up one of these books. And I mean, they're $8, right? They're not super expensive. So I picked one up, and I read the part for the Texas-Oklahoma area for this 2022. And it says that January, February is going to be super cold. Not as wet, but it's definitely going to be cold.
So, who makes these predictions? It's not that Robert guy.
No. It could be. I'm not going to say 100% no.
So NOAA is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
I told you to look it up. I wasn't going to say it. Because I was probably going to get it wrong. I looked
it up. Well, Google wouldn't lead you astray.
No, Google wouldn't, but my English would.
Maybe.
Oh. Bless you, man. You little
Robert B. Thomas?
Yeah, Robert B. Thomas.
The guy on the cover.
Is that the guy on the cover?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yep.
Not Ben Franklin? It is Ben Franklin.
B. Thomas.
Robert B. Thomas. Yep, he's right there. Look at that. Hey, man, it doesn't cost a lot. You don't have to pay a lot, man. You just got to pay attention.
Sometimes that costs a lot.
Apparently. Attention to detail was
so
not.
Robert B. Thomas is the founded, like you mentioned, in 1792. That's when the first issue was.
Right.
But I wonder who is the author? Like who's for 2022? Who made these predictions in 2021?
Oh,
I mean, even if they're mathematical equations, who's the one doing the nerd math to figure these things out?
Yeah, dude, you got me. I'm sure it's in the book, but I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing the super smart math for today's almanacs. I'm sure it's a team of folks, and they were like, "Oh, what's the calculations? This is easy math. Just got to remember to carry the Y."
In conclusion, because that's the best way to end a topic. Best worst way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went to college once. In conclusion, moral of the story is if you want a good paying job where you don't have to be right and people listen to you for some reason, become a meteorologist.
God, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. For all of our meteorologist fans out there. Just kidding.
Meteorology fans?
Well, our fans that are meteorologists.
Okay. All right. Yeah, way to clarify that one.
Perfect. But, yeah, it just, here in Texas, it's good to check on the weather. You know, whether you tune into the news or look at the weatherchannel.com or listen to NOAA, whatever, on a daily basis, just do it with the understanding that
anything can change.
It may change, and it may change frequently throughout the day.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times you and I have checked the weather and we're like, oh, hey, 60% chance of rain. And then it's sunny.
Yeah.
And 0 rain. Or, hey, it's supposed to be sunny all week, and then it's downpouring.
Or the one that I liked was we would check it on Monday, and we would kind of schedule our routine around, okay, hey, on Wednesday and Thursday it's going to rain. And then the next day it would be like, okay, I'm going to check it again. Oh, well, they moved it from Wednesday and now it's Thursday, Friday. Oh, and then the next day, and then the next day. And then it'll be like, oh, it may be sprinkled on Saturday when we had no plans, but we were rearranging our days to kind of match the weather and what needed to get done and what didn't need to get done. And, you know,
it could rain on a day that ends in Y.
It could.
Just in case, we want you guys to know that.
Yeah. So, and, you know, you can't predict Mother Nature. She's going to do whatever the heck she wants to do when she wants to do it, like any other typical woman. But, no, edit that.
I wonder, why did they come up with Mother Nature?
Well, because it's Mother Nature and Father Time.
Yeah, but
Mother Nature.
Why are they assigned genders? Like, what if they don't want to be mother and father?
No. Mother Nature is the nurturer, the life giver. And we live...
Well, that's an assumption.
We live in... Listen, we live in nature.
We live in 2021.
No, okay,
fact.
We do, but our ancestors, who we came from, lived in the forests, right?
Okay.
Hunter-gatherers, Mother Nature, right? Okay. Father Time is the one that whips out.
Father Time could really be your mother who transitioned.
Why is this even a topic?
Caitlyn Jenner.
No.
Look at Bruce and Caitlyn Jenner.
Who
that
the hell cares?
was a Father Time
Who does
scenario.
Caitlyn Jenner got anything to do with Mother Nature and Father Time?
Hello.
Because it's both.
Bruce turned into Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just couldn't.
It's 2021. We might need to come up with new pronouns for nature and time.
If it gets to that point, first of all, I'm blaming you already. But if it gets to that point, I think I'm done. I think I might need to go see Jesus sooner than I need to.
You're just gonna check out.
Yeah, and be like, hey, what up, Saint Peter?
Dude, I'm surprised we're not there already. Like, everything else is... Yeah, it's a crazy world.
Okay, but what needs to happen is I don't want to call them patriots. I don't want to call them the right. I don't want to... People who are tired of it, just people in general who are tired of it, need to speak up, need to speak out from the radical, whatever the heck this thing is.
Yeah, well, and there's a way to get your point across effectively.
What I need you to do is I need you to write down and translate what I say on a day-to-day basis, so I don't shoot off an email and almost get fired.
Yeah. Just, show up and, I hear what you're saying. And I could do that for, I don't know, $35 an hour. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So, any more on weather?
Yeah, I got a lot. On weather. I could talk about this for another 3 or 4 more hours. But we have other podcasts that we want you to listen to. So,
yes, we want you to return.
Please edit that out. I do not need Officer Tatum to come and arrest me.
Does the Farmer's Almanac do a day by day, or does it do like a season, or how does it?
From what I have found,
how does it work?
And I have really only read this thing while I was on the John, is it does it by weeks. So
okay,
maybe because
I would recommend NOAA for the day-to-day. I know in our experience with it, it's been pretty good. It's updated pretty frequently.
Yeah, I wouldn't go past 10 days. And that to me is still stretching it.
Past 10 days for what?
For NOAA.
Oh, like looking at the forecast?
Yeah.
Yeah. But just on a day-to-day, hey, I want to check in. I want to see what the forecast is for today.
Yeah. Well, your national or local news pulls that information from NOAA. So look at whoever you want.
But yeah, I think on the CB it's pretty cool because it has that weather alert function on our radios anyway.
That would be a nice topic.
That's a fat joke, isn't it?
As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JTDrewShow.